cleaning biz. I want to share with you today a story because I love stories. Today's more of a testimonial story, and it comes from an unlikely source. Most people say, ugh, HomeAdvisor sucks. Their leads are so expensive. I had them for a week and I got rid of them. And I've said the same things. But over the long haul, HomeAdvisor has actually been part of the backbone of me growing my business over the years. I want to share a HomeAdvisor story and also see if this might help some of the old guard. If anyone out there has been with HomeAdvisor like me since they were Service Magic, this might be a great message for you. And for those that are brand new in business, that are looking to develop your company, I don't recommend HomeAdvisor just yet, and I'll share why. So let me look at HomeAdvisor from my personal story, then I'll give my recommendations. First, I joined in my second year of business, 2007, third year of business. And the leads were not that expensive then. They were like maybe $11 for a market match and $19 for an exact match. You'll have to look that up, what that means. Essentially, market is you compete with other people. Exact is someone wants you specifically. So for 19 bucks, exact match, I would close a lot of those. But I was always good with closing. I'm a business person. I've been reading books for years and years and years. I've done sales, so I know how to close leads. That's a big piece of it. Don't enter HomeAdvisor without being a good entrepreneur, a good business person. You need to read up. Gosh, there's a book on my wall back here, How I Raised Myself from Failure to Success in Selling by Frank Bettker. Read it. Maybe the Greatest Salesman in the World by Og Mandino's back here. Read a couple sales books, How to Win Friends and Influence People. This is good information for anybody trying to close sales. My closing rates were good. Probably 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10, and the money worked out. I had a spend target of $250 a month, and I would close enough work to grow my business. I would do one-time jobs. There was no recurring code then for HomeAdvisor. There was only one-time cleaning and one-time window cleaning. I would do the work. It would lead to recurring projects, which was great. I also used real estate and some other tools to build my business. It was always a good, I had built up reviews and ratings for myself to the point where by 2014, I was #1 in my area. That's the Capital District of upstate New York. And I had a rating of 4.85 out of 5, very high rating, and I had 24 reviews. But I stopped using the lead service because I didn't need it anymore. So I basically was just going on every 3 months and saying, I don't need leads, turn leads off. And I was keeping my profile active because I don't have a website. I never bothered getting a website. I would always just, when I'm talking to someone from somewhere else, they have questions. Yeah, Google me. And they would see my HomeAdvisor profile, which was amazing with 24 reviews. I would use that. It was a great system I had set up. But then HomeAdvisor pulled the rug out from under me. They have a new business model. They changed a lot. I was grandfathered in on a 0 membership fee per year. They wanted to start charging me. I didn't take too kindly to that, and I started basically bad-mouthing them because I was not happy. And so they pulled my account, and I started getting harassed by salesmen trying to get me back, and I was getting more and more upset. And this is some of the aggressive tactics that they've used. Until 2 weeks ago, a guy reached out to me from the old guard of Service Magic, and I just had a heart-to-heart with him and told him my problems, what I was wanting, and he said, okay, here's what we can do. He really wanted me back, and he was sincere, and I worked with him, and here's what came out of that. Because I'm old guard, 10 plus years of HomeAdvisor, with 20 plus reviews and a rating of almost perfect rating of 5, that is a really high rating. I was gone for 2 years from HomeAdvisor, and I'm still ranked #2 in my area, and I was gone for 2 years. It would be easy to get back to #1. So he worked out a deal with me where I'm not supposed to really talk about the price, although some of you may have heard it. It's a very good deal. Annual membership, which is in the $300 ballpark, which is, I don't want to spend that, but for 300 bucks, what would that get me? In most cases, it's $300 plus you pay for the lead. In my case, and here's the older guard people. In my case, because I have so many ratings, such a great profile, number 2, going to be number 1 in my area again. My profile is awesome. You can look it up. You can just try and find me, HomeAdvisor, Carfagno Cleaning. You can see my profile. Because my profile is so strong, they put my phone number right on the top. People that are searching will just go right to my homepage and just call me directly. And my personal, the guy I mentioned, he's my personal rep, and he doesn't want to lose me, so he's committed to setting his own calendars that every 2 weeks or 3 months, whatever it is, he's gonna personally go on and turn my leads off. He's like my personal slave for HomeAdvisor. He's gonna make sure I get no leads ever. I don't want to pay for leads. Pay $300 for the year, and I get my inbound calls from people that see how great my profile is, and they want to call me. So that's for the old guard. I'll let you know how it's going. I feel pretty good. I did some analysis. Here's a tip for those on HomeAdvisor also. HomeAdvisor keeps analytics. You can put your job code and pick specific zip codes, and they can tell you how many leads came in total for your codes and your zip codes for the past 3 months, and they can analyze and predict the next 1 to 2 months. I always use that as a forecasting tool for when to have my leads on and off. Okay, but so I use that same kind of concept, and I know that there's 50 leads coming in for what I do in the next month. So over the next month, we'll see how many calls I get. If I get 0 calls, I might delete this video. Okay, and then I'll just close with this. For those that are starting out in marketing, there's a lot more to do on this. I coach this. This is in my ISO model system. I highly recommend some free tools to start. Okay, if you've got some money, you want to grow fast, HomeAdvisor is really, I think it's good. It's a good tool, but you've got to be good at closing, as I mentioned before. Really do. Same with Angie's List, same with Thumbtack. Those are paid things. I always say start with the free stuff, because you can do Facebook groups, Facebook posts. There's Facebook groups to each area. You can treat it like local. It's kind of like a Nextdoor on Facebook, and Nextdoor is another one. So Nextdoor, Facebook. You can even try LinkedIn if you're doing commercial, and then I think cold calling is fine. Real estate's huge. Go do real estate presentations. There's a lot of free things you can do that just take your time. I'm a big fan of sweat equity to start, but then if you want to invest a little money, HomeAdvisor. I haven't decided yet if I would recommend it for a new person. I will keep you posted as I deal with them more. But right now, I think the leads are kind of pricey unless you can close them. And if you can close them, immediately get reviews. Immediately use those reviews to bolster your profile. And then once your profile is bolstered, now you can possibly get to the place where I'm at, where you don't have to pay for any leads, and you can just use the inbound option as well. All right, that was a lengthier message, a lengthier video for you today. But it's a way that you can grow your business. It's marketing. I used it from 2007 to 2014 to grow everything that you heard me talk about. That with the combination of real estate, those two things were the fuel. So I never had to go find stuff. I always wanted people calling me. That way my time was more productive. It's all about productivity. So balance that against your own experience and see if it's right for you. And if you have any questions, reach out to me privately, send me an email back, and we can chat more about HomeAdvisor. Okay, thanks.